Hello there, my name is Kwame Hamlin, and welcome to Gone, But Never Forgotten, a segment where we reflect on the lives of talented entertainers whose life came to an unexpected end. The individuals that we'll be highlighting today are Aaliyah, the Notorious B.I.G, and the King of Pop, M.Jackson. All of these artists are people we may have once looked up to or were inspired by. The first person we'll be reflecting on is Aaliyah Dana Halton. Born January 16, 1979, her death shocked us all on August 25, 2001. Aaliyah was killed in an airplane crash while returning to the United States from her video shoot in the Bahamas. Today we've caught up with a fan of Aaliyah who told us about how this young musician has impacted her life.
On August 25th at 6:50 p.m., Aaliyah and her crew boarded a small plane en route to Miami from the Bahamas, where they were filming a music video. Overweight with freight and helmed by an inexperienced pilot, the plane crashed after takeoff. All aboard perished.
Aaliyah has inspired me individually to be creative and step outside the box, never to be afraid to express myself in writing, dance, or song. I'll never forget where I was when I heard the news of Aaliyah's passing. I'll never forget, I took a moment, I was in disbelief. I had to stop whatever it was that I was doing and just rewind. And I don't think we'll have another person like Aaliyah. She inspires even today. You can still hear where she inspires artists in their music. Her music is timeless. It'll always have an impact.
Such heartfelt words were said by Mrs. Smith, but the truth is, Aaliyah will continue to be missed. The next musician we be reflecting on is arguably the best ever in his genre. The Notorious B.I.G, born Christopher George Latour Wallace, is credited with breaking down stereotypes against heavy-set, dark-skinned rappers. Raised in Brooklyn, New York, the Notorious B.I.G's life was also cut short when he was gunned down by a drive-by shooting that took place in Los Angeles, California on March 9, 1997. Here's what a longtime fan of the Notorious B.I.G had to say.
All my people's got to stay on a positive vibe, you know. The negativity just brings failure, you know. And we ain't trying to fail in this game, we're trying to succeed.
Biggie being an inspiration, he was an inspiration to all, music-wise, you know. He actually had that, to me, he had that kick back, relax, like, you know, bumping in your car music. You'll hear his inspiration by many other artists. It branches. Lines of his are always recited, you know, are always quoted. If he wouldn't have died, if he was still living to this day, I think hip-hop would have a big turnaround. He has made a big impact.
The Notorious B.I.G, one of the greatest, and he too will continue to be missed. Finally, we have come to our last entertainer that will be recognized for his huge contributions to pop culture. That's right, the King of Pop, M.Jackson. Here is what his #1 fan had to say about the late, great King of Pop.
I just want to say that these will be my final show performances. This will be it. This is it. And when I say this is it, it really means this is it.
It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right.
I remember just listening to Michael Jackson, and it could just relate to any problem that I was going through. I mean, his songs always inspired. It always lifted. They always had a great tune. You could dance, you know, made you want to feel happy inside. Like Man in the Mirror, that was one of my favorite songs because, you know, when I just used to play that song when I was going through problems. And, you know, just look at myself and think of all the things I needed to change. And it hit me hard when he died. I mean, I just remember riding down the street in my car and, you know, the announcers on the radio said that Michael Jackson was dead, and I just couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. Music will never be the same without him.
Yes, music will never be the same indeed. Well, you've heard the impact of the death of these great entertainers. Their music will continue to live on, as well as the memories they have left embedded in our minds. Aaliyah, the Notorious B.I.G, and the king of pop, Michael Jackson. Gone, but never forgotten. I'm Kwame Hamlin.